Greetings. I am Professor Environmental and I work for Neighborhood Services, the department of the City of Montgomery. And today I want to talk to you guys about litter. Now we all know litter is ugly, but litter is so much more than that. Of course, litter is simply trash, bottles, bags, cans that are dropped in public places and then become litter. And there's an organization called Keep America Beautiful, or KAB, and they've been studying litter for over 60 years. And they've come up with three main reasons why people litter. The number one reason people litter is personal choice, either laziness or carelessness. They have a piece of trash, and instead of looking for a trash can, they simply drop it on the ground. The number two reason people litter: someone else has already littered before them. Did you know that if you were walking down the street and there was no litter, you would be more inclined to carry your own piece of trash till you found a trash can? But if you're walking down the street and somebody else has already dropped a bag or a box or a plastic bottle or a can, you're going to think, oh, it's okay for me to do this too, and drop your own trash there. The number three reason people litter: no sense of ownership or pride about where they are. They simply think somebody's going to pick it up for me. And you know what? Somebody might. But in America today, we spend $11.5 billion picking up litter, and it's all preventable because we could all make the decision to put our trash in a trash can. Now, in studying litter, KAB has taken litter and broken it up into two categories, and that's items of litter that are 4 inches and bigger and items of litter that are 4 inches and smaller. And the first category we're going to talk about are items that are 4 inches and bigger. And the number one most littered item in the category of 4 inches and bigger is fast food packaging. The bags, the boxes, the cans, the bottles, the things that we grab food to go in, these are the most littered items. And it probably comes as no surprise, since we mostly grab food to go and get in our car, that most litter does come out of a car window. Now, when you're thinking about things that you can throw away, well, think about, well, this is one of those fast food packagings. It's a number one plastic water bottle. Did you know that if you throw this down on a street in Montgomery, it could end up in the Gulf of Mexico? That's right, because if a big rain comes and takes it down a storm drain, it could go into a place called Janetta Creek. From Janetta Creek, it can go into the Alabama River. From the Alabama River, the Bay of Mobile, into the Gulf of Mexico. So we could literally drop our trash, have it become litter, and then it gets washed into a storm drain and becomes water pollution and ends up in the Gulf of Mexico. So you can see that our trash here in Montgomery can actually have an impact far more than just what happens to it here locally in the city. The number one most littered item, 4 inches and smaller, is a cigarette butt. In fact, cigarette butts is the number one most littered item on the planet. 4.5 trillion cigarette butts get littered every year, and every one of those cigarette butts contain pollutants that are harmful to our land and our water. Now, the tobacco and the paper are going to biodegrade or break down into smaller and smaller pieces, so they're basically gone in about 2 months. But the cigarette butt itself is made from a plastic substance called cellulose, and it's not going to break down. It's going to stay in the environment for years, and all the time the lead and the arsenic and other toxins that are in it are going to leach into our ground. Sometimes even animals eat them and take in the toxins and the poisons. If a big rain comes, those cigarette butts are going to go straight down a storm drain. From the storm drain, they're going to end up in our water, and all of those toxins are going to leach into our water. So it contaminates and poisons our water and the wildlife and animals that live near and around the water. So that cigarette butt, as ugly and nasty as it is way more than just ugly. It damages our environment. What can you do about litter? Well, there's 3 really simple things that you can do that will go a long way to solving the litter problem. And the very first one is, don't litter yourself. Carry your trash with you until you get somewhere where you can put it in a trash can and dispose of it properly. And that's the best thing you can do to help prevent litter. The second thing you can do is always carry a car trash bag. Remember how I said most litter comes out of a car window? Well, when you carry a car trash bag, when you finish that hamburger or you finish that soda, you put the can, you put the bag in here. When it's full, you tie it up, and you can put it in a roll-out container, and sanitation will pick it up and carry it to the landfill. And when you do that, you've kept the street clean, you've kept your car clean, and you've even reused something that would otherwise just be trash. The number 3 thing you can do is talk to your friends and family about not littering. They might listen to you, they might not. Don't get discouraged. Don't get your feelings hurt. Just make your own decision not to litter, and they might, after they've watched you throw your trash away properly, decide that they can do the same thing. Now, there's one more thing that you can do, and neighborhood services can help you do that, and that is if you decide to have a cleanup in your area, to gather with friends and family to pick up the litter that's in your area. Now, if you decide to do that, you can call Neighborhood Services at 625-2175, and we can give you bags, gloves, litter pickers, and even safety vests to help keep you safe out there. And with that equipment, you can have a cleanup and go a long way toward helping keeping your area clean. Now, that's all I've got to share with you today. So I want to say thank you for stopping by, and I want to remind you always, you can make a difference. Thank you and goodbye.